COVID-19 vaccine distribution to protect our community and move our economy forward. Vaccine supplies are currently extremely limited, and as the state provides more vaccines to the county, we are working hard to distribute them as fast as possible. Register for vaccine updates and get more information at miamidade.gov/vaccine. Get vaccinated, Miami-Dade County. It's our best shot for a strong, healthy community.
Good morning, South Florida. Welcome to another edition of UM's Frost Jazz Hour, right here on WDNA 88.9 FM, the home of serious jazz. My name is Chuck Bergeron. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into the program. You know that each week at this time, we bring you a great variety of talent from the highly acclaimed Frost School of Music. Incredible student groups, faculty, alumni, the dean. You never know who's going to come in and play. This morning, we have one of our perennial favorites, the ever award-winning Frost Jazz Septet. This year's rendition of the group features some new names and faces, and we want to introduce you to them throughout the program, some incredibly talented musicians. And we'll get to that and so much more on Miami's Giving Day. But let's start our program off with a great piece of original music. The first thing this morning is going to be a composition by our trumpeter, Mr. Joey Carreri. This is called The Jester's Crown, and you're listening to this music on the Frost Jazz Hour. Yeah. Thundering applause from the crowd. How about that? That's a great tune. You heard from Joey Carreri, The Jester's Crown. Great saxophone solo by Jason Arkins. Vocal solo by Miss Katie Oberholzer. And some other people we're going to introduce you to throughout the program. But right now, I want to take a second and introduce you to our senior jazz pianist and composer. This is Mr. Connor Rohr, who comes to us from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Welcome.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me, Chuck. Appreciate it.
Great to have you on the program. It's great to have you in the Frost School of Music. Connor is a graduating senior this year, and to put it bluntly, it's really hard to get him in a band because everybody wants him in their band. You know, he could be playing in 20 ensembles this semester. But I feel privileged that we have you in this group and you're writing and playing for the group. And thanks for being here and finding the time to come in this morning.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks for having me. No, you mentioned playing in a lot of groups, and I think you know, being at music school, I think that's been very helpful for me to develop my own musicianship through playing with so many groups, and you know, trying to give 100%, you know, all of the time, which is hard to do. But yeah, it's been over the past 3 years. It's been definitely a great experience for me to be playing with so many different people, and it's definitely shaped my playing and my work ethic and everything, you know, preparing people's music, you know, stuff like that. So that's been definitely quite the journey for me over the past 3 years, and it's been very nice. I've enjoyed playing with so many people, yeah.
That's great to hear. I'm glad you're having great experiences. I watch your work ethic every day and every time we rehearse, and it is tremendous. That's going to serve you really well as a professional musician, but congratulations on that for now. So you're studying privately with Martin Bejarano.
That's correct.
Okay,
yes.
how's that going?
It's great. I mean, we, sometimes we're, analyzing solos and working on specific things, but sometimes we just play together. He might, play a little key bass, and he's walking bass, and I'm playing piano. Stuff like that. It's great to learn from him in that respect as well. But yeah, it's great. Martin's been all about, his sort of thing is, what are all the options out there, and let's experiment with them and try different things out. And that's been, before coming here, I never really thought about it like that. I always thought there was a few ways to do this certain thing, to improvise, a few correct ways, to go about this. But Martin has really shown me that, especially being a pianist where, it's sort of I hate to say it, the dominant instrument where you can try out so many different things.
We'll edit that out later.
Well, yeah. You can try out so many things, and, you have everything at your, disposal, every chord scale, whatever you want, any texture, and Martin has been, his sort of thing is, experimenting with different options, ways to play tunes, maybe not playing a tune, the way you normally hear it on record, stuff like that. And that's been very eye-opening for me, and has turned me on to different ways of playing. Yeah, definitely. So.
That's great to hear. I'll tell you another thing I appreciate about your work in this group is your comping. A lot of piano players, you talk about their writing and their playing and this and that and the other, and sometimes the comping, accompanying other people, is like the last piece of the puzzle. But you seem to always make everybody comfortable with the way that you support them when they're soloing.
Yeah, I mean, going back to Martin, there was one thing that Martin told me, and he said, most of the time, as a pianist, you get the gig because you're a good comper, not because of us being a good soloist or, blowing over changes, and that's really stuck with me. And I've tried to, I don't necessarily go to the practice room and say, okay, I want to shed comping. But, like you said, with all these ensembles that I'm in and all these groups that I'm playing with, every time I sit down, I'm trying to really listen, and, try to fit into the group sound the best I can, and not try to play on top of people or, try to get in the way. And I mean, it sounds very, general like that, but I think just taking a second and just thinking about it has really been helpful to me. But yeah. So, well, I'm glad you appreciate that. That's good.
I think we all do. So that's very great. The next piece of music you guys are going to play is an original composition of yours?
Yes, that's correct. So originally, this next tune, it's entitled "Too Soon to Tell." I wrote it sophomore year, actually, for solo piano. So I was playing it for Martin. We worked on it. We workshopped it in our lessons. And just this semester, I sort of arranged it for this group. So yes, so you'll be hearing "Too Soon to Tell."
Okay,
Yeah.
we're looking forward to it. This is the wonderful Connor Rohr, who is a graduating senior. We have a master's program at the Frost
Yes.
School of Music. We'll have to tune in next time for the continuation of that conversation, because I know we've got to get to some stuff. All right, thank you, Connor,
Thank
for
you,
coming
Chuck.
by. Looking forward to hearing
Thank
this
you.
piece of music. While Connor and the band get ready for that next performance, I just want to let everyone know today is Giving Miami Day. Give Miami Day. It's a day to support the great work being done by nonprofits in the Miami-Dade County. Your donation of $25 or more helps WDNA receive bonus dollars from the Miami Foundation and their sponsors. You can help us maintain community radio, where you will always hear the great sounds of next-generation jazz artists, such as the Frost Sextet. So go online right now to WDNA.org or give us a call at 305-662-8889. It's Give Miami Day. Give what you can. And now back to our program on the Frost Jazz Hour. Ooh, gorgeous. What a wonderful piece of music, and so wonderfully played by this incredible group, the Frost Jazz Septet. We're going to hear a lot more great music, and we're going to meet some more of the wonderful musicians in this group. But right now, a brief pause for the cause. Stay right where you are, and we'll be right back with more of the Frost Jazz Hour. And we're back this morning on the Frost Jazz Hour, having a great time with a wonderful new group, a perennial group in our program, but some new faces here this morning. This is the Frost Jazz Septet. For many years we ran this group as a sextet. But in recent years, we've had so many wonderful vocalists, and Dr. Reed has always hoped we could, she's been really, really instrumental, no pun intended, in bridging that gap between instrumentalists and vocalists. And, when we get lucky enough to recruit people like the vocalists we have this morning, it's a no-brainer that we want to put them in the top instrumental groups and get a chance to explore music this way. Our vocalist this morning, Miss Katie Oberholzer, is doing a terrific job, and just want to thank her and all the people of Southern Maine for sending her down here into the warmth. And of course, we're taking this band. This band has been picked to represent the Frost School of Music in Dallas in January as part of the Jazz Educators Conference. So that's kind of an honor for this group, and we're looking forward to hearing their music down there and seeing and hearing music from other groups and other schools, and doing some good networking there. And one of the great stars that we have in our group on the front line is our trumpet player and composer, Mr. Joey Carreri, who hails from the great city of Chicago. He doesn't hail from the great city of Chicago. Maybe I'll just let him tell you where he hails from. Good morning, Joey.
Morning, Chuck. Thanks for having me. I'm from Los Angeles, California. But yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Similar thing. But yeah, it's great to be here.
Okay, well, it's great to have you. I always thought you were from Chicago. The plot thickens. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So
take
the
it as a
first piece of
compliment.
music that we played was a composition of yours, and the next piece will be a composition of yours. Tell us about your compositional style, your approach.
Oh, man. I mean, a lot of it is inspired by my friends and teachers. Actually, last year I was in a group, like a bit of a composing group with Connor and a few other kids from Frost, and one of them would come up with kind of an idea that we do every week, and then we compose a tune based off of it. And I would try with some of them to really make them into something I could play with the group, and that's what I did with this next tune. And yeah, that was really good for me compositionally. And then otherwise, I love to try and, emulate recordings. I try my best not to steal or copy, but I'll never be able to do that really in terms of, actual emulation. So what'll come out is a composition, and other people's music and my friends' music really inspires me.
Well, that's how it works. It's just highly influenced by.
Yeah.
How is studying with Brian Lynch?
Oh, it's amazing. It's changed my life, really. Like, there's no place to get trumpet education like there is here. I mean, the example he sets and his teaching and the way he teaches the trumpet, as well as improvising and leads by example, like, I've just learned so much, and I don't know. It's felt like kind of a lot of hard work, but also just kind of improvement that doesn't feel so forced. And I notice it in myself, and I notice it with everyone in the trumpet studio that we have here.
It's a very healthy studio.
Yeah, I think so. And
Yeah.
Brian, I mean, to my eyes and ears, it's like, you know, people come here with a certain skill set, and people are good at different things. It's not just a bunch of good improvisers or a bunch of good section players. It's a ton of different things that people are good at, and he lets them be good at that, as well as makes everyone kind of a really competent professional musician. So me bringing around a lot of people who have like way better skill sets than me in other areas was really inspiring, and to help me work on a lot of things while I was here.
Good. That's good to hear. Well, it's been great for us to have you in this group.
Thanks. Yeah.
You're playing. I love the lines you play, the shapes you use when you're improvising, and then these pieces that you're writing are really, really, really great. So, thank you for being in this group and
Yeah, it's
finding
been
the
an honor.
time to come over here this morning.
Of course.
What's the name of this next piece of music?
This next tune is called "Pondering Snow," and it's about.
Good luck with that down here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the point. Like, it's about living in LA. You should have known. But it's about living in LA. And when I was a little kid, my parents were from New York, so they would talk about the snow, and I had this, you know, romanticization with snow, and
Sure.
and my mom was like, well, if it ever snowed in LA, we'd have a big problem. You know, might happen one day, unfortunately. But
Well, you never
yeah,
know.
Yeah. But yeah. So that was me as a kid thinking about the snow. And that's
Okay.
what this
All
is
right. Well, we're
about,
looking
yeah.
forward to hearing it, and we'll probably play this down in Dallas as well in January. And we have to talk about what tunes we're going to record in the next couple of weeks. But let's get to some more live music. Thank you,
Yeah,
Joey
great. Thank
Carreri,
you.
Los Angeles' own Joey Carreri, here with us on the Frost Jazz Hour. And while Joey gets back up on the bandstand, I just want to let you guys know, although you might already know, today is Give Miami Day. You can have an extra impact when you donate to WDNA during the Arts Power Hour, which of course is 7 to 8 o'clock today. The Power Hour means that WDNA receives extra bonus dollars. Thanks to the Miami Foundation, that will happen. It's a great way to support jazz, young musicians, and community radio here in South Florida. Online, of course, we're at WDNA.org, and you can call us at 305-662-8889. And then we can enter your donation during the Power Hour again. So give us a call or give us an email and log on and check out the Power Hour and, of course, the Frost Sextet Jazz Hour. Yes, indeed. Nice, Joey. Really, really nice. You're listening this morning to the Frost Septet, and I know we have time for another great original composition, but while they're figuring out what that's going to be, I just want to introduce everybody to you. Of course, on trumpet and composer, we just heard from the great Joey Carreri, Los Angeles' own. On the alto saxophone, also a composer for the group, Mr. Jason Arkins. Our vocalist, Miss Katie Oberholzer, also, okay, everybody in this group writes. She wrote a great tune last year and another one this year. Everybody in this group is writing and arranging and playing, of course. Connor Rohr on piano and composer. Wonderful stuff. On guitar this morning, a gentleman you're very familiar with from his work in the Stamps Jazz Quintet for many years, now back as a graduate teaching assistant. This is Mr. Tim Watson. Glad to have Tim back with us in this group. And Tim, congratulations also on the work that you're doing in the composition department and being a teaching assistant in John Hart's studio. And that just shows how much so many people think of you, that we wanted you back, and we're grateful that you're working with our undergraduate students. Tim Watson, everybody. On the bass, you know, my two favorite bass players from Philadelphia are Christian McBride and the gentleman who's here with us now, the Philly Flash. How about a hand for Mr. Joe Marino? Woo! The newest member of our group and one of the newest members of our Frost community is a wonderful drummer from Iowa who comes to us by way of North Texas, where he did his undergraduate work. So please help me in welcoming to our South Florida community, Mr. Nathan Bion. He's a wonderful drummer, and I know there's some compositions in the works by him as well, and we'll be hearing those probably a lot more next semester. Miss Oberholzer, what are we doing here?
We're going to be doing Tim's tune next.
Oh, okay, a Tim Watson composition.
Then I guess we're going to
Uh-oh, okay. All right, well, while they're calling an audible up here on the front line, I just want to take one more quick minute to remind you all that today is Give Miami Day. If you can, please make a donation of $25 or more to support WDNA. We're very proud to be able to offer live music performances. You know, once COVID is over, we're going to get back to what we used to do around here. This is a wonderful studio here, and there's plenty of room for many people to come in and have live audiences. And I know at some point we will get back to that. But it's so great to have these wonderful young musicians in here, and it's like a little nightclub. And the way they've got this thing all decorated and lit up, it's it's a cozy and warm environment for playing this music. So I hope we can get back to that. In the meantime, the radio station has been great by offering these live music performances on the radio and through video streaming for folks to safely get a weekly dose of live music. If you value this type of thing, then please make a donation today on Give Miami Day. You can support us online at WDNA.org or call us directly at 305-662-8889. I appreciate that very much. Now, next week, of course, it's Turkey Day. We're going to be taking the day off, but the show must go on. We're going to do a rerun next week, but it was a great, great show. Latin album nominee Roxana Ahmed will be something we're going to play again with her that I think also features the great Martin Bejarano. So tune in for that, and then we'll be back to some live music with student groups in the weeks following that. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, everybody, and let's get back to some more live music on the Frost Jazz Hour.